When a patient is diagnosed with right-sided heart failure, the clinical focus must immediately shift away from the heart and down toward the liver. Modern medicine often treats the body as a collection of separate parts. Under this model, if a pump fails, you look exclusively at the pump to find the flaw. But the body functions more like a fluid dynamic network. In a system this tightly integrated, a problem in one chamber is almost always dictated by the pressure in another. This interconnected reality is the basis of a traditional Vietnamese medical axiom, Suy tim phai, bol me la bol gan. Translated, it reads, right heart failure, to nourish the mother is to nourish the liver. At first glance, this sounds like a riddle. How could an organ in the abdomen be considered the mother of the heart, and why would treating it be the secret to resolving cardiovascular failure? This starts with the Eastern 5-element cycle. In this framework, the liver, the wood element, is the fuel that generates the heart, the fire element. Within this logic, a failing heart is viewed as a secondary symptom. The fire is dying because the mother organ is no longer providing the baseline energy required to sustain it. This chart shows the physical reality behind the philosophy. In modern cardiovascular anatomy, the liver sits right below the right side of the heart. They're linked by the inferior vena cava, a massive vascular highway allowing blood to flow directly from liver to the right atrium. Whether we use the language of ancient elements or modern anatomy, both systems are describing the same physical connection between these two organs. Normally, the right heart acts as a receiving station, pulling blood up from the liver. When failing, it becomes a weak pump, causing blood to pool. Gravity forces this pressure back up down the inferior vena cava, engorging the liver and causing toxic nutmeg liver. This is a lethal loop. A congested, swollen liver creates massive systemic resistance, forcing an already struggling heart to push against a physiological brick wall. To break the cycle, doctors use diuretics to aggressively reduce the liver's internal pressure. They aren't just treating the liver, they are clearing the vascular bottleneck. By nurturing the liver through decongestion, the mechanical workload on the heart is lifted, allowing the right ventricle to recover. The ancient concept of the mother organ was a functional observation of human hemodynamics, mapping how fluid pressure connects distant parts of the body. It shows that Eastern philosophy and Western mechanics often describe the same feedback loops, using different vocabularies to identify the same structural dependencies. This heart-liver interaction is a clear example of how complex systems function. When we focus only on the point of failure, we miss the underlying connections that cause the breakdown to begin with. Recovery requires looking at the network as a whole and identifying the pressures moving upstream from the visible problem. To save an interconnected system, you cannot treat the symptom in isolation. You must nourish the mother.